Hi everyone, Little Witch on the Prairie here. I'm starting my own YouTube channel where we're going to discuss what is prairie magic and what it means to be a prairie witch. If you follow me on my social media like Instagram or Facebook, you'll know that every month I put together a mood board. My mood board is a representation of my practice for the month and what my goals are and what I hope to achieve as far as building my craft. Usually, the side product of that expression of witchcraft tends to be the bottles and the other items I make for the shop, and they're for you, the practitioner, to incorporate into your own practice. The mood board this month features a lady from an Edwardian postcard, and she is crowned with stars spangled across the sky. And that visually leads you to a beautiful explosion of fireworks out of a wheat field. There's a lake lit by a lightning bolt and big storms moving across the plain. I lay on the borders of the Midwest and the West, and culturally, I represent both of those cultures butting up together. We celebrate Independence Day because the independent spirit is so important to us. That is very Western culturally. We also celebrate the ideas of liberty and freedom, and I myself worship the goddess of liberty. And if you don't know who she is, I highly suggest you look her up. She's perfect for representing us free spirits who are very focused on being very independent, very free, and championing right. Also in July, right after 4th of July, wheat harvest usually starts. So farmers tend to not be in the wheat fields until right after the 4th of July. Some years are better than others, but generally as a rule, harvest doesn't start till after the 4th of July. And then all these quiet country roads just come to life when we have harvesters from, Canada, from Mexico. Plenty of harvesters come from all different states, Oklahoma being a really big one. And the roads become a nightmare. I don't go out into the country roads during wheat harvest because it is so busy. You run the risk of getting in accidents. And when you're far away from town, getting the help you need is really hard. This year, our farmers had a bumper crop in this area. I live in the northeastern corner of Colorado. I'm about 15 minutes from the Nebraska border. And I have to say, this year's wheat was some of the most beautiful wheat I've ever seen, probably since my childhood. A bumper crop is what we had. And if you know anything about farming, bumper crops are really, really cool. It means you get more yield per bushel. And that is really great for our farmers who sometimes struggle. I don't know anyone that was hailed out this year. I didn't see any hailed out fields. So that's really exciting as well. When wheat harvest starts, it's essentially us against nature, and you can't get into the wheat field if there's any sort of moisture. So in the mornings we fight the humidity, but also we pray and pray that there's going to be no storms coming through. There usually is quite a bit of storms in the beginning of July. The corn farmers are usually really excited about that, and I don't blame them. So it's crops against each other and us against nature that really is what this area has going on during the month of July. One really cool thing that you can do is celestial bathing in the summer. July is really the peak time for that, July, August, because nights are really warmed up and you don't have to worry about being too cold. We've all heard of sunbathing, and I call it solar bathing. Many people lay out, to get that pigment in their skin, or the benefits of vitamin D, which can help relieve depression and boost your immune system. I also like to do lunar bathing and bathe in the full moonlight. That is really special. But this month, since we're talking about stars, I am recommending that everyone go out and try celestial bathing. The new moon is just coming up in the beginning of August, and now until then is going to be a really good time to expose yourself to the open energy of the universe and the heavens above you and all the power of those stars coming in from the universe. You can look up, you can see the Milky Way in the sky. You can feel your smallness in the space and the expanse that is the universe. And you can use that energy like sowing seeds. When you wish upon a star, that is magic. That is miraculous. It's a big part of Prairie Magic because for the most part, we don't live out in cities, so we have a really good view of the night sky. If you're city bound, park, go camping, find a way to really expose yourself to the energies of the night sky without a moon in it. It's spectacular. This month, as part of my practice, I released a new collection from my Prairie Witch Luxe line. Prairie Witch Luxe is my luxury line. It is very high-end items and it has the biggest amount of my energy in it that I can muster. Each piece I create is unique and packs a massive punch. I ended up creating this line based on an inspiration for a set that I put together for myself. I was trying to get elected into a board position, which I ended up getting. Thank you very much. And I wanted to take these bottles I created and make some for you all as well. My bottle was a crystal decanter that my grandma gave me, and I happen to have in my living room as a decoration. I filled it with a star tarot card and all kinds of really cool things like dirt from Sedona, power enhancing herbs. There's amethyst in there. There's quartz. And I think that is basically it in a nutshell. And then the outside has been embellished in champagne glass glitter. And the cool thing about my glitter is when it has silver in it, that is actually silver plated glitter. So you have all of the energies of sterling silver in your hands. And the one thing about my glitter is it sets my creations apart. But there is an actual purpose in the design. Design is so important that aesthetics is actually a branch of philosophy. Many people overlook the importance of design in art, but that in itself has energy and is magic. It expresses my ideas visually. So I'm going to show you one of the Prairie Witch Luxe Altar Ritual sets. This is a star bottle. It, on the top here has a Star of Bethlehem, and I grow these in my yard and they were pressed in some of my most sacred manuscript books. You can see this card is actually double-sided and this crystal decanter is got like a twisted shape. So on this side, you can really see the design of the card, and there is a completely different other one on this side. And this bottle, it's lead glass crystal, and it will sit on top of an altar tray. This altar tray is reminiscent of a pool of water illuminated by moonlight. You have the silver, which is correspondent to the moon, and you have it filled here with a water-like substance. And if you follow me on social media, you'll know all about my camper called the Prairie Wind. The star motif is a huge part of the design and the Prairie Wind, and I've taken some of the tiles, cut them out, and now they'll be for you to use on your own altar space. The bottle will rest on top of this tray just like this when you're not using it. Now you can use this pool as a reflective pool and you can gaze into it and you can essentially water scry in it. My best form of scrying is water scrying. It comes to me most naturally. Other people will have other types of scrying that comes to them naturally. But if you wanted to try and you've never really been adept at water scrying, you could definitely do that here. This is a sterling silver tray. Here it also has the Star of Bethlehem from my yard, and it will also come with its own candle holder, and the set will all sit together. This is a little cute lead glass crystal star candle holder. It's great for a chime or a taper. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing stars with me this July, and I cannot wait to tell you about next month's mood board. And I'll go ahead and give you the name, and it's going to be Hot Cool Summer. And we're going to be exploring different demons that are related to prairie lore that you might not have ever heard of. So please check in next month so that you'll be able to discover the lineage of these demons that we have out here on the prairie. Also, if you've enjoyed the information I've given you here today, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to build this channel and I want to help as many prairie witches and other witches as much as I can learn about different aspects of their craft. And if you're interested in purchasing one of my items and my ritual sets, go ahead and go to my website, which will be linked below as well. And that's littlewitchontheprairie.com. You can find me on social media at Little Witch on the Prairie, and I look forward to connecting with all of my new followers. Bye.